Hi, everyone. It's Judy Brackett with PolicyHunters.com and Brackett Insurance Consultants. Again, I just wanted to remind you, I'm sure you found this video because you are in the middle of a Medicare situation and you're trying to figure out what to do. So I'm going to give you this teaching video using the true Medicare.gov website. This website will assist you in finding a drug plan or even a Medicare Advantage policy. But let me preface this by saying, number one, PolicyHunters.com and Brackett Insurance, we do not sell prescription drug plans. We do not sell Medicare Advantage policies. But we do want to be able to empower you to make the best decisions for yourself. If you're going after a Medicare Advantage policy, which we, again, have chosen not to offer those to our clients, but if that's the direction you're going to go in, you might want to go with an agent for that kind of thing. I do have a list of agents that are available and ready to help you, but you can get these plans on your own as well. So, and you'll be using the same tool that I'm going to use right now using the Medicare.gov website, and this will help you get your prescription drug coverage. This is also for folks that have a Medicare supplement. You can use this website every single year during open enrollment to enroll in your own prescription drug plan. And I do recommend it. Even if you've already got a Medicare Advantage policy or a Medicare prescription drug plan that you love, doesn't mean that what worked for 2021 is going to work in 2022. So you need to jump on here every year between October 15th and December 7th and do some shopping. Even if you're using an agent, I'll say go ahead and jump in here and look anyway, just to make sure that agent is giving you the right information. So let's get started. Number one, if you have Medicare, I do recommend you setting up a profile on the Medicare.gov website. See .gov up here? .gov. Don't go to the .com website. That's a sales website. You want the real government website. So there's a login button here. If you don't have a profile, that's okay. You can still do these steps outside of using a profile. So let's say, for example, you got a Medicare supplement, which we love those plans, and you're wanting to shop for prescription drug coverage. And again, you could do this with the Medicare Advantages. You're not going to log in if you don't have a profile, or if you need to set up a profile, you click this link. But instead, we're going to pop over here to find 2022. God, y'all, can we believe we're 2022? Anyway, we're going to click this button, and we're going to go look for the prescription drug cards. Now, let me remind you, you have to have a prescription drug card. If you go, I think it's 60 days or 2 months without a prescription drug card from the time that you are eligible for Medicare, if you don't have credible prescription drug coverage, you'll get a lifetime penalty once you do enroll. So now's the time, whether you have one or don't have one, you need to be using this link to figure out what's available to you. Again, we don't have an account with them, so we're going to continue without logging in. And it says answer a few questions. We're going to narrate this based on prescription drug coverage. So we're looking for the drug plan Part D. We're clicking here. And then we're going to scroll down, and we're going to plug in our zip code. So let's say I'm plugging in a zip code. That happens to be my new zip code now that we are living up in Rabun County in our tiny house. Some of you may not be aware of that, but we moved from Beaufort, Georgia on September 1st up to Rabun County, and we are now living in a tiny house, like 420 square feet. And yes, we have offices here, which is crazy. Anyway, so we are in Rabun County. I'm clicking that. And it says, do you get any help with your cost from one of these programs? So I'm assuming most of our clients do not get help. Now, if by some chance you are on the lower income level and you get Medicaid or supplemental security, or if you've qualified for any of these programs, you should check this off. Most of our folks have not. And if you do qualify for any of these programs, again, if you're on the low income end, a Medicare Advantage policy probably is your better option. So then you would need to backtrack a little bit in your thinking, but when we get to the end of this plan, you can, at the end of this program, you'll be able to see that you can actually look at the Medicare Advantage plans too. So we're just going to skip over this part right now. So we're going to say, I don't get any help from these programs. It says, do you want to see your drug costs when you compare plans? That's pretty much the reason we're using this tool. So we're going to say yes. Now, let's plug in some drugs. I don't take any drugs, but I'm going to throw some in here that I have been told by people that they take. We'll start typing in the word. It will automatically generate. You'll say add drug. I do recommend you sit down in front of your computer with your list of drugs, including the milligrams and how many you take a month. Even if you order them like every quarter, let's go ahead and put them on a monthly basis, because it actually calculates things a little easier, and it will automatically generate what's the most popular for dosage for that drug. So out of a statin, apparently 40 milligrams, 45 a month is an average, but let's say you only do 30, so we're going to put in 30 for that one. Add my drug to the list. Oh, but wait, we take more drugs, so let's pop in something else. Let's put in lisinopril. I started typing in LISI, and it automatically generates something for me. Now, let's say it was lisinopril HCTZ, I think is the abbreviation at the end. That would be more like this plan. So look at all the letters on your prescription drug to make sure that you're plugging in the right one. Lisinopril, add the drug. Okay, so let's look at how many different dosages for lisinopril. We'll do a drop-down box. And let's say we take 30 milligram tablets, and we're probably overdosing at this point, but we're going to say 120. Maybe not. Maybe that might throw up some red flags. I'll put in 60. There we go. Add to drug list. We don't want to do anything that would make somebody overdose and make Medicare freak out. Let's plug in another drug. How about, I'm going to plug in some letters, flutamine, fluoxetine. Let's plug that one in. Let's say we take a 90, and then we do 4 of those every month. We'll plug that one in. And honestly, on average, we end up with several drugs for every person that we've assisted with this program. Let's start with a drug that starts with a B. Let's see, a B-U-T. Are there any drugs for that? I don't even know what this is. We're going to plug that in, add drug. Now, this is the cool part. If you have a brand name drug and you start typing it in, it will pop up and ask you, do you want the generic? When you can take a generic, you're always going to save money. So let's say, yeah, let's do the generic here. But you don't have to. 8 milligram tablet, sublingual, there's patches apparently. There's different ways of taking this. Let's just go with what they have, 3 a day. We'll do that. So let's think of another drug that people take. SIM, I think that's an SIM, simvastatin. That's another one a lot of folks take. Plugging that in, let's say it's a 40 milligram, 30 months. All right, so now we have some drugs here. Oh, I'm going to throw one in because we have a lot of folks that are on different types of diabetes medications. So let's put in something like Humalog. Humira. We'll plug in Humalog right here. Add drug. Now, Humalog has insulin Lispro, so we're going to do the generic version of that one. And it's asking you, do you just do 1 pen or do you do like the pen sold in packs of 5? We're going to do packs of 5. Now, how many packs of 5 do you get a month? Let's say you get 4 packs a month. Okay, I don't know if that's extremely expensive or not, but that's just kind of how we're going to plug that in. All right, so we have all of our drugs. Confirm your drug list. And if you look at the top, it says you're viewing the 2022 plans. If you were trying to enroll for a plan that's in 2021 because you've just turned 65 and you're trying to get into the 2021 plans, you're going to actually enroll twice. You're going to enroll in 2021 plans first, so you would be looking at those plans first, and then you would switch to 2022 and enroll again. Little confusing, but not a big deal. Done adding drugs. Now, choose up to 5 pharmacies. I'm going to recommend, number 1, that you always choose mail order just to see. This does not commit you to anything. This is giving you information. So let's plug in. We want to know what our cost would be at a mail order pharmacy. Then, if you notice, within my zip code, it's giving me a 10-mile radius of pharmacies, and there's only apparently 9 pharmacies where I live. Y'all, I live in the boonies. I know you know it. We're way up in the North Georgia mountains, and that's kind of sad that there's only 9 pharmacies up here within a 10-mile radius. Yeah, that's kind of true. But in the more populated areas, it wouldn't be uncommon for you to see 40, 50, 60 pharmacies. So let's pick out our top pharmacies. I'm going to say, okay, show me Walgreens, and pick wherever you buy your groceries. Pick wherever you normally buy your drugs. So let's say I shop at Ingles because, y'all, there's nothing else but Walmart and Ingles up here. We're going to go with a Walgreens. Clarksville Drugs, probably a mom-and-pop organization. Let's go there. I don't know what Express Med is. Crossroads, probably another mom-and-pop, maybe a pharmacy. Let's see if we can find another name brand. All right, so you notice there's only 9 showing up. Oh, that's just sad. Okay, we'll go with Clarksville Drugs. I'm going to make this a little wider. for your situation, because I'm going to show you some other drug companies or other pharmacies other than what I'm used to using. So let's make it a little wider so we can see more drug companies. All right, so down here we got Walgreens, Ingalls, Clarksville, and mail order. I want to get another name brand drug store. So let's go in here and let's find one that you might be used to using. Y'all, there's lots of mom and pops in here. This is so sweet. Let's go with a CVS. We're going to toss in a CVS. So if you look across the bottom, the blue screen, it says Walgreens, Ingalls, Clarksville, which is probably a mom and pop organization, and then CVS, and then mail order. We're going to say done. Here we go. Now, if you look up in my area, and honestly, in most areas, there's more than this, but it is populating 10 of 23 different drug plans. If you had to figure this out on your own, it would be so difficult. So when we're looking at the different drug plans, it's too much for you to have to calculate in your own brain. You'd want to be figuring out premiums and copays and deductibles, and you cannot figure this out on your own. So that's the reason we're teaching you how to use this tool so that it can do all the work for you, because I can't pick, even as an agent, I can't go through 23 different drug plans and tell you what it's going to look like for me. Now, I'm realizing now that some of the drugs that I've plugged in are probably very pricey, so we're going to scroll up and see how bad this is. Okay, so the first plan that shows up, honestly, the first plan that shows up in the list is going to probably be your best option if you're using this tool. Trust this. So what information we're looking at is this is the first plan, and these are the numbers right here that we need to pay attention to. This is your yearly drug and premium cost. So if you say, okay, how much is this going to cost me? For the whole year, for 2022, the cost of all of your drugs and the cost of the plan itself, which is $104.20, and that seems like a steep price, but maybe you're getting a good deal on your drugs. So we're going to do some comparisons here. So the total cost for everything, if you buy it at a pharmacy, is $2,311.72. I'm going to go to the next plan. That's AARP, Medicare Rx Preferred Plan. That's $104.20. Now, let's look at the next one, Silver Scripts. Interesting. You notice something? Silver Scripts is their next recommendation. It's $6.90, and your drug cost just jumped up to $16,698 for your drug and premium costs together. We're going to dig in just a minute and figure out where that really expensive drug is that I probably just pulled out of my brain. Let's go down to Humana. Humana is the same way. Notice the total cost jumps to $16,000. Walmart, who we always think is going to give us a good deal, the Humana Walmart plan, which is really popular a few years ago. If you had that drug list, this is what you would be paying for your drugs and for your prescription drug coverage. So as you see, that number gets bigger and bigger. So we're going to go back to the first plan that they recommended right here, and we're going to do a comparison. Now, if I was actually taking that drug list, this is the plan I would choose. But we're going to do a comparison. So I'm going to put add to compare here, and we're going to go to the very next one, because usually there's not that big of a difference on the drug cost. There might only be maybe a few $100s, but in this situation, there's a huge jump. We're going to dig in and find out why. So we're going to come to this plan, and we're going to say add to compare. Jump over here and say compare. So we're comparing the AARP plan to the Silver Script, which are the top two plans that they recommend. Let's go down through here. Here's our difference in premium. We already see that. Year deductible. I'm going to tell you right now, don't worry about deductibles. What we're looking for is a total cost. It's not about the everything else. So down here, this is the big deal right here. This says drugs covered or not covered. This plan is covering 6 out of the 6 drugs. And if you notice over here, 5 out of 6 drugs are covered. So there is a drug that we have listed that apparently only AARP's Medicare Rx Preferred Plan covers it. Let's go in and look. You see these? So out of the drug companies, or the pharmacies that we included, we've got CVS, Clarksville, Ingalls, Walgreens, and mail order. And we have the same over here. Estimated total drug and premium cost. This is showing you, this is your breakdown. So if you're trying to figure out, okay, so out of these 2 drug plans, which out of the pharmacies is going to be my cheapest? Of course, we would choose the plan on the left, not the plan on the right. If you went to Clarksville Drugs, apparently they are not in network with that plan, and if that was your hometown pharmacy, your drugs would be $31,000 a year. So this is why this particular tool with the Medicare.gov website is so important. It lists every single drug plan that's available to you. And honestly, sometimes the drug plans do not contract with different insurance agents, and they may not giving you all of your options. So based on this drug list, this is the only one that would be available to you that would actually save you some money. But if you're looking on this side, we've got CVS is $16,000, Clarksville Drug is $31,000, Walgreens is $31,000. So let's just kind of forget about this altogether. We know we're not going to go with that plan, but let me go down here. We're going to say plan details. We're going to look at AARP, which is the plan, again, they're recommending in this situation. And they're showing us yearly. This is the drug cost itself. This is the premium. But we're going to scroll down. I'm going to show you something here. This is your premium. This is the deductible, which is really, again, doesn't matter if it's $450 or zero. Not important because we're looking at the bigger numbers here. They are showing you your pharmacies, which ones are preferred and which ones are just in network. That's important, but not as important as this next step. We're going to scroll down. This is the yearly drug cost by pharmacy. So they're giving you your list of drugs here on the left, and this is your annual cost. This is the total cost, not monthly, but this is the cost for the whole year for what that particular drug would cost you. So as we're scrolling through, and sadly there's the total at the bottom, trying to plug it in. So here's your total. If you look at the bottom here, I'll pull it up so you can see it a little better. This is the total yearly drug cost across the board. So on the front end, it looks like, right here, Walgreens. This is the Walgreens list. Looks like Walgreens is the cheapest based on all the drugs that you're taking. And I'm scrolling through here, and this is showing what your total cost for the year would be. We're going to go down. I love how they break this down, and don't be afraid to play with this tool. You can't break anything. The next area is estimated total drug and premium cost. So again, you're not having to get out your calculator. You're just trying to figure out, okay, what's my total cost on my drugs for this next year going to be? Where we thought Walgreens was going to be the cheapest, it actually ends up being the cheapest because they're adding in the premium and the drug cost together. It doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes the premium of the plan is more than the drug cost. But this is the number you want to trust, estimated total drug and premium cost. You would know that the plan, the first plan that pops up, is going to be your best option when we get the big list at the end of our search. And then you dig in and you look at all these pharmacies. And you go, okay, Walgreens is where I need to be buying my drugs because total, everything for this year is $2,311. So that's your premium, your drug costs, which includes copays and deductibles and co-insurance, everything. They even talk about that crazy donut hole. Makes me want some donuts, y'all. I am not eating sugar right now. But anyway, none of that information matters at all. We don't care about all those little numbers. Well, we do care. And the reason I'm going to show you something else in just a minute, because people want to know what I'm going to pay each month. But this is the big number. This is what makes your decision. So you would go with the AARP plan, and you would go with the Walgreens pharmacy to get the best deal possible. Now let's look at what you're going to pay. This is your estimated total monthly drug cost. You're going to scroll down. Walgreens is where you're going to buy your drugs, and this is your total cost. Starting each month on the left side, January, February, March, April, Walgreens, this is the cost you should be paying for your drugs. Again, this information is being provided directly from the Medicare.gov website. They're pulling information based on formulary contracts between the pharmacies and the pharmaceutical companies. So this is not my information. This is Medicare.gov's information. So that in this situation, this is the plan that I would have picked out. So let's scroll back to the very top. And here's what you do. Right here, you have an enroll button. If you already have a prescription drug card for 2021, when you do this enrollment process, it automatically cancels your other coverage. And again, if right now, if you have a Medicare Advantage policy and if you took out a prescription drug card, it would cancel your Medicare Advantage policy and it would throw you back into original Medicare. If you have original Medicare, And if you've been on Medicare for a few years or you have been on a Medicare Advantage, the only way to get a supplement to go with Medicare is to go through medical underwriting, and we can always handle that for you. Doesn't mean you would be approved. I do recommend, if you've got a Medicare Advantage policy and you're wanting to know, can I get my supplement back, or can I get a supplement, call us, and we'll be happy to help you with that, and I'll give you our contact information in just a second. So we would press this enroll button to get this plan. And you're going to need your Medicare number. And so really pull out your Medicare card. You're going to need your Medicare number. You're going to need the effective dates, and then you just simply press join plan. And they start out right here asking for your Medicare card number. You simply go through, click the boxes, and in less than 2 or 3 minutes, you're done. It says there's 7 steps. At the very end, they'll ask you, how do you want to pay it? Most people have it taken out of their Social Security, and if you're not on Social Security, you'll need to set up an actual bank draft. So we do appreciate you guys watching this video. This shows you how to get the prescription drug coverage. If you want to know more about who we are, I'm going to pop this up for you. Our website is, hang on a second. Oh, this is a little annoying. I'm going to pop it in here, PolicyHunters.com. This is our website. You want to know who we are? This is us. This is Jerry and Judy Brackett, and we have been doing this for over 30 years. So if you have any questions about Medicare, let me say on the front end, we only write Medicare supplement policies. We're not fond of the Medicare Advantage policies, and we don't sell the prescription drug cards. We have been licensed and contracted and certified to do it in the past. We just made the decision not to do it because we just don't feel like that's the best options for our clients. Now, I will show you here under plans if we flip over to the Medicare, and I will be updating this to say 2022, but there are additional videos here, so if you ever want to share this video or if you want to come back to our website, PolicyHunters.com, we have the information here, and we will be updating this as well, helping folks know how to enroll in Medicare Part A and B. The Medicare and You booklet is really the only booklet you need. Otherwise, all those brochures you're getting from regular insurance companies trying to get you to enroll in their prescription drug card plans or their Medicare Advantages, just toss that away. Honestly, using the Medicare.gov website is going to be your best tool in knowing what's better for you. Again, throw the other brochures away at smoke and mirrors. They want your business, but they're not talking a lot about what it is that you're getting. And if you ever want to know why we don't like the Medicare Advantage plans, we'd be glad to share that information with you as well. I hope you have a very blessed 2022. I appreciate you watching this video, and have a great day.